Hey YouTube. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about a conversation that I had with my fiance last night because I need some feedback. Not that I'm getting much, but I would really appreciate some. Um, just because there's my opinion and there's his opinion, and I'd like to know other people's opinions to see if I'm crazy or if he's crazy, or hell, maybe we're both crazy. I don't know. But we were talking last night, and I was crying because I was having a rough night, and I was worried that, kind of what I touched on one of my earlier videos, that maybe the eating disorder would never go away. And he basically asked me, so this is the way it's going to be, this is just how it's going to be for the rest of forever. And I said, maybe, I don't know. But if so, are you still in anyway? Are you in or are you out? This could very well be the rest of my life. I don't know. Because everybody that I talk to, nobody seems to have a real recovery story. And not one that lasts. Anyway, and I was like, are you in or out? And he's, that's unfair, that's rude, you can't ask me that question. Never gave me an answer, still haven't gotten an answer. But one of the things we talked about is I asked him if he believed that this was a real disease, if this was actually something I was fighting, or if he thought it was a choice. And he kind of danced around the answer with, I believe it's a serious issue, and I believe it's an addiction, but addictions can be overcome. He's got an older sister who used to be a drug addict, and so he believes, so he's seen addiction and he's seen it be overcome. She's clean and sober for a long time now. And so I said, it's not like your sister, because she could take herself away from the drug and away from the people who gave her the drug and start new somewhere else. She could start over, a new life, and not have to deal with it. I mean, she would think about it, but it wouldn't be in her face every day. What I'm dealing with is in my face constantly. I'm always, everything has to do with food. Absolutely everything. Family gatherings, holidays, birthdays, life, meals, breakfast, mornings, afternoons, evenings, everything. Food. There's food everywhere you go. All the time. Food everywhere. And, it's different. I can't take myself away from my addiction. I'm surrounded by it. It's forced upon me all the time. No matter where you go, no matter what you do, even if you put yourself around a whole bunch of different people and you don't see weight loss ads and you don't see, all these different triggering things, even if you completely live in a bubble and are never triggered because you never see anyone who's, this or that, or you never see, this or go into that environment. Even if you were to be perfectly contained, in order to live, you still have to have food. In order to function, you still have to have food. Or choose not to have food and be in your disorder. But either way, food it's not something you can take yourself away from. And so the addiction is the same, but overcoming it is different. It's harder. And he told me that he absolutely did not agree. He told me, he thought that was a crock of crap, and I don't know, it just made me feel really bad. And then he wouldn't tell me whether he was in or out, whether he wanted to be a part of this or not, whether this was something that he wanted to deal with for the rest of his life. I've been out of treatment for 6 months. I've been dealing with this for 16 years. And he thinks that because I've been out of treatment 6 months, I've been out long enough to not have a slip back like this. And it just doesn't make sense to me. An addiction, something I've been fighting for 16 years, I have 6 months that's good, with slips. And I mean, it's not been a perfect 6 months. It's not like I was ED free for 6 months and then all of a sudden I slipped back into it again. I've had the thoughts and I've acted on them sometimes, but not always. But things are really, really bad right now. And I mean, they're not horrible. My life is not falling apart. Well, it might be. My impending marriage might be falling apart because we can't seem to get along or agree on anything or do anything but fight. But things like my mom told me she wants to divorce my dad, and then she tells me every negative thing that he does and how awful he is, and she's losing all this weight and is smaller than me and has always been a large woman, an overweight woman, and now she's smaller than me. And you know, to hear all of her issues and problems that my parents are going through, and you know, my only relief is work, which is sad, and work is great, but life at home sucks. Life with my parents suck. Life, you know, it's just hard, and I don't know. It's just, especially the past like week and a half has been so hard, and he doesn't see that. And like last night I ate dinner and I didn't purge and I didn't do anything. Like I ate a normal sized dinner, even he, you know, even to his standards, and didn't get rid of it. And I did, you know, I did what I was supposed to do, which was the first time in like a week and a half that I had actually had a meal that I was the correct correct portion. And I also kept it, and you know, didn't do anything, didn't have any ED behaviors. And I was in the bedroom crying, and he was like, what's wrong? And I was like, I would just feel better if I had just gotten rid of this. I wouldn't be crying. I can't do this. And he got offended and mad. And I mean, I guess he should, because he doesn't understand, but he doesn't understand that that was a big deal. That was a huge step for me. He doesn't get that at all. And he, you know, he just expects that to be normal. And it is to everyone else, but it's just not that easy for me. It's not that normal, and he doesn't get that, and he doesn't have any desire to try to get that or to try to understand what's going on. He won't, you know, go to a counselor with me. He won't read books. He won't listen to me read information off the internet. He won't nothing. He hates it when we do that, and when I do that to him, like when I ask him to do that, and he won't do that. And I don't know. So anyway, to swing back around, am I crazy? Is it just like having any other addiction? Is it just as easy to come off of this addiction as it is to come off meth? Even though you can, I mean, to me it would be like having meth on the table every day and choosing to ignore it. Having meth in the car with you every day. Having meth, like knowing it's there and knowing it's around. It would be like trying to get off meth or coke or, you know, whatever, and having it with you all the time, versus saying, you know what, I'm going to move, I'm going to find new friends, I'm going to, you know, which is what his sister did, and you know, she chose to get away from it, and she did, and she was successful, and that's great. You know, I chose to get better, I went to treatment, but my drug of choice is still there. My drug of choice is still in my face 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. It's always there, it's always in front of me, and I just see it as different, and he doesn't, and I want to know what your thoughts are about the whole thing, because I don't know what to do anymore. I don't know if staying is, well, anyway, we won't get into that, but anyway, I promise eventually I'll have happy videos, or informative videos, or uplifting videos, or something worth watching that's not me whining and asking for advice. But if you could just tell me what you think and post it, you know, down there, I'd appreciate that. Anyway, thanks for watching. I hope you're all well, and I'm sure I'll post another one soon. Bye.